Afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thanks.
Please sit. Oh, you're already in Haryana Civil Service,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And you are a doctor.
Yes.
If I ask you the most important thing in medical ethics, what will that be?
Sir, it is do no further harm.
And what does that mean?
Sir, it means if a patient comes to you, you try to help the patient, but you should not do anything or something which cause further harm to the patient. So that comes under the Hippocratic Oath. That is the basics of medicine, sir.
Do you think the Hippocratic Oath should be modified because so many centuries have passed? Or should it remain as it is?
Sir, the essence of the Hippocratic Oath should remain the same, because essence of medicine today and in the past and in the future would be to save lives. But sir, some modifications can be done. For example, many nations have adopted euthanasia practice to stop the harm to the patient or to end the suffering he is undergoing. So that could be done, but the essence should remain same, sir.
In certain parts of the world, a physician is allowed to use the word doctor before his name, but a surgeon has to write Mr. Are you aware of that?
No, sir, I'm not aware of it, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Do you think in India doctors get the kind of respect that they deserve?
Sir, it is a novel profession and they get the respect, but if some doctor is indulged in some malpractices and the wrongdoings, then definitely it hampers the respect to overall society.
That happens in any profession. But I'm asking
Yes.
overall, do doctors get the respect they deserve?
Yes, sir, they get the respect.
They do.
Yes.
The new criminal law that has come in
Yes.
has also specifically talked about medical negligence and violence against doctors.
Yes.
Are you aware of what
Yes,
it
sir.
says?
Sir, the new laws says for medical negligence, if a doctor is found involved in that, there is punishment for up to 2 years of imprisonment and fine, sir.
And when doctors get beaten up,
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm not aware about the new law or exact law, but we have a Doctor Protection Act after few incidents of.
all right. Now, one last question, I think. As somebody who knows science,
Yes, sir.
there's been news for the last few days that some scientists are trying to recreate an animal that is completely extinct for thousands of years, a mammoth. A mammoth was an animal existing thousands of years ago. It was more like a hairy elephant.
Yes, sir, woolly man.
Now they are saying through stem cell science, they might be able to recreate a mammoth. Now something that existed thousands of years ago, they are going to recreate now. What are the ethical and scientific issues connected to this?
Sir, one issue is we are going against nature. Sir, according to Darwin's theory, the fittest should survive. So if they could not survive and if we are recreating them, so we are going against order of nature, sir.
Okay.
And another one is, sir, it would be genetically created. So we don't know the repercussions or the impacts of that. How will it behave and how will it reproduce? What if it reproduces so fast like some of the genetic crops? So we would not be able to control it, sir.
Don't you think that science does things which are absolutely unnecessary, certain things that should be just left alone?
Sir, but I think this is the job of the scientist to do something new. Because if we ask...
I am not against something new. I am against things that are unnecessary, like trying to recreate a mammoth.
Sir, I am not aware of the basics, but they must be doing some research, or I am not aware of their agenda, sir.
So you want to defend science?
Yes, sir.
Even if they are doing something seriously wrong? Is that so?
No, sir. If they are doing seriously wrong, then I won't be defending it.
But then you already raised so many issues that this might happen, that might happen if the mammoth comes, and now you are indirectly defending it.
Sir, because I don't know the basic of that research. Because some board might have approved it.
Aren't you contradicting yourself?
Sir, I'm saying that I'm not aware of why are they doing it. So maybe they are
All right.
getting on some point which I am missing
Done,
right now.
done.
So
Thank you.
May I just interrupt to add? The woolly mammoth went extinct because of the ice age, not because of natural selection or survival of the fittest. Okay? Please.
Okay, Pragati. What is this Pragati program we have? Are you aware of that?
yes, sir. Sir, we have a Pragati portal for grievance redressal, sir, and the Prime Minister office handles it. So all the officers, they have to update about the grievance redressal status to that site, so that we get to know about status of.
Okay, what is that program which is for Prime Minister office monitors regarding the progress of different projects? Are you aware that? Under which he mega projects, he reviews their progress from time to time. Gati Shakti.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You tell me, that you come from Haryana. What are the 3 strengths of women in Haryana?
Yes, sir. Sir, one is they are physically strong. They take part in manual labor, like agriculture, like construction activities. Second is they are very good at sports. And third, sir, because of a little mindset change and improved education in females, so more females are coming up in various fields at high jobs, at high positions.
What is the literacy rate among women in Haryana?
Sir, it is 66%.
Okay. So they are doing well in services, in sports, and third you said in manual work,
In labor force participation.
labor force.
Yes, sir.
And what are the 3 challenges for them?
Sir, one is discrimination against female due to the long set patriarchal mindset. We have discrimination in field in terms of figures. For example, female literacy is 66%, while male literacy is 86%. So they are lacking in education. Another one is the unrecognized work, the care work they do at their homes.
That is with everywhere, women in general, that is a major. What else? Specific to Haryana women, if you think that they are the
Sir, the skewed sex ratio towards males. So females are discriminated even before.
now the ratio is increasing after Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao.
Sir, after Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, it reached to 923 females per 1000 males at birth, but now it is again going down to 917 females on 1000 boys at birth. So it is again a problem, sir.
Any that caste khap issue relating to this
Yes, sir.
honor killing and other things? What is your take on that?
Sir, I think an adult, whether a male or female, should have liberty to choose his or her life partner, and that is engraved in our constitution as well under Article 21. So according to me, it should be stopped right away, sir.
Are you in favor of live-in relationship?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If 2 adults make a decision to live in, then I totally support it.
That one UCC came in one state, they make it that it has to be registered. What is your take about that?
Sir, they are trying to back it legally by registering.
Which is good or bad?
Sir, it has both good and as well as bad perspective. Good in case that they are actually accepting it by making it legal, and the bad is, sir, the anonymity, and if somebody they don't want to reveal it to public, then it would be bad for them.
No, but keeping in the social good that the child born out of relationship or women left in lurch late due to some reasons, it is good for the safety of women.
Yes.
So what is wrong in registration? When we get married, it is registered, everything is registered. Why about this relationship not getting?
Sir, but then there would be left a very little difference between marriage and the live-in relationship.
So that is what government is trying to do, to treat them at par to a large extent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But sir, youth nowadays they tend to go in live-in relationship just to make their choice whether to get married or not. So it can be a hurdle for them. But overall, it is a good step for females and to accept it at society at a large scale.
Last question: what are the three major ingredients of a good governance? What do you think are three major things for good governance?
Sir, one is governance. Government should be for the citizens, so it should be citizen-centric. So grievance redressal should be at first and foremost level. Second is inclusive. It should be inclusive and participatory. So public opinion should be invited because the rules are for public. So public
Comes under the first one to interact with the people and take their views in for grievance redressal and for other purpose also. Yes. What else?
Sir, it should be responsive, and the government should come out and help people quickly and should give a quick response to people grievance. And third is the democratic one, sir, that all the citizens should have the choice to choose their representatives, sir.
Thank you.
Pragathi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So you are talking about living relationships and getting it registered and all this. There is some section 69 of PNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, that is also in news. Did you come across it?
Sir, particularly section 69.
Okay, anyway, I'll give you the context.
Yes.
It is about promise of marriage and living together and then breaking the promise is a punishable offense. What is your opinion on it?
Sir, I think my knowledge is limited in this field. I'll go and definitely.
Generally, this is your case. This is the situation.
Sir, it should create deterrence against the false promises and allurement of females or males in either case for false promises of marriage. So it should be a progressive step, sir.
So how do we know that it is a promise, or how do we know that the person is not taking advantage and filing a false complaints? Because there are multiple cases in the earlier times as well that certain sections have been misused.
Sir, I haven't read it particularly, but there must be some qualifications to it. I'll go and check, sir.
Okay. So now coming to the medical science as such, ADR, adverse drug reactions, is one of the major cause of deaths in developed countries as well as in some of the underdeveloped countries also. So how do you address this situation?
Sir, ADRs can be due to a few reasons, and two most prominent ones. One is individual's genetic makeup. Some individuals react differently to different drugs, so that cannot be controlled because every individual genetics is different. Other reason of ADR is bad practices during manufacturing of drug. So that can be stringently monitored and controlled and regulated so that poor batches of drug don't come in the market to create ADRs.
There are no poor batches of drugs in US. It is the third major reason for deaths.
Sir, the clinical trial should extensively cover the population and all the sectors of population to check its effect on all the individuals and sex, sir. So it can be another step to decrease ADRs.
So are we doing something to ensure a holistic approach towards healthcare instead of targeting on certain issues?
Sir, most holistic would be to cover the primary health care, and more important than that would be the preventive care, because in India we have hyperbolic tendencies. We tend to ignore the causes of drugs. For example, we can take example of malaria. It can be stopped just by clearing standing water near houses. So if people do that, malaria altogether can be stopped. So we should take care of preventive medicines, and after preventive medicines we should make our healthcare robust by empowering our primary healthcare centers. It will serve the society at grassroots levels and also decongest the apex hospitals.
Are we taking good advantage of the Ayush, Ayurveda, yoga, and all these?
Yes, sir. Sir, now we have encouraged practice of Ayush to share burden with allopathy, and also there are various diseases on which Ayush works wonder. For example, diabetes and long-standing chronic diseases. So it can help to decrease the burden of those diseases.
Okay. So can you tell certain contributions of Indians towards this medicine?
Sir, Ayurveda is long prevalent in India. We have various Ayurvedic research institutes as well. For example, we have one at Kurukshetra in Haryana. So we are contributing it over the time. We have naturopathy center at Bangalore, and recently Queen Consort also visited it because of its because it's so famous. So we are contributing to it globally as well as local level, sir.
Okay, one last question. So the medical seats, medical colleges, why can't we increase more and make it less investment intensive? Why can't we encourage more of colleges and hospitals tie-ups? There are a lot of private hospitals. Why can't we ensure that tie-up and deregularize it so that we can produce more doctors?
Sir, we are doing that. Even in Haryana, our CM has announced one medical college in every district. So we are expanding our medical college just to make this dream true for everybody, to get more doctors. And
why can't every good doctor start up a college or a hospital? Why should it mainly depend on the medical investments?
Sir, creating a hospital needs a lot of infrastructure and the administrative clearances. So I think it would be better done by an institution rather than a single doctor. And sir, a hospital requires all the doctors, because a treatment of a patient, when the patient enters a hospital, first he needs to be diagnosed by a pathologist, then he needs to be imaged by a radiologist, then the physician gives him the treatment, and if a surgery required, a surgeon would be needed. So a single individual cannot do that, sir. So we need a team of doctors as well as administration for a hospital or medical college to run.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, Pragathi.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Have I got it correctly from your DAF? You're also an MD in radiology?
Yes.
Wow. And after studying all this, very intense study for so many years, you want to move into the civil services. Can you tell me why? Huh?
He has already moved.
Haryana Civil Service.
Haryana
Why?
Civil Service, yeah.
Ma'am,
You're also an MD, right?
Yes. Ma'am, when I was doing MBBS, I started off preparing for this exam after my MBBS. But simultaneously, I got admission in MD. I got All India Rank 3, and that too from PGI Chandigarh. So I did not want to let go of this opportunity of learning and experiences. So I went there, did my masters, and after that I prepared for this exam.
Oh, but so you still want to go in this track?
Why civil service?
Sir, because it was a cherished dream during my MBBS only, and second, sir, I can redirect my knowledge and skills of being a doctor, of being a radiologist, to do further good to society, and I can use my learnings in civil services as well, ma'am.
Okay, well, it's your dream and desire, so one can't quarrel with that. Yeah, your choice. Can AI algorithms lead us to the land of immortals?
Ma'am, those immortals would be robots. Human immortality, I think, cannot be achieved, because the cells, they wear and tear over the years, and every cell can divide for a limited number of times, and after that it goes into the senescence. That is the essence of biology, ma'am. So those immortals can be robots, but human immortality, according to me, is difficult to achieve.
Well, I was fascinated because I came across a man who is already feeling, he's a Silicon Valley techie, but he is doing this experiment on himself, and he's already feeling 31 years younger, and he has a blueprint for and which is an anti-aging protocol. Right, 31 years younger already.
Yeah.
And do you know of this Don't Die movement? A lot of big names are part of this.
Freezing themselves.
Yeah.
cryogenically frozen. Yeah, please carry on.
No, so
Ma'am, I haven't read about it. I'll go and definitely read, ma'am.
yeah, it's very interesting. So, what all AI now? What kind of world are we moving to? Do you feel we are moving to a dystopian future or a hopeful future?
Ma'am, it depends on the use of AI. If we use AI recklessly and mindlessly, then it can be a doomed future. But if we use it mindfully to augment the humans, and if AI and humans evolve simultaneously for betterment, then it would be a hopeful future, ma'am.
But this all lots of things are going on in AI, right?
Yes.
So not all of this is going to be very positive.
Yes, ma'am, and that's why we need to regulate it, ma'am, and our government is trying to regulate it as well.
I think it's not only our government, but this is a global challenge, right? So yeah, this is interesting. You mentioned that the adverse sex ratio has declined further. So I was wondering why, with all these schemes in place, why is it declining further from 923 to 917?
Ma'am, the sex ratio picked up after Beti Bachao Beti Padhao in 2015, and it improved till 2021 to 923. And after that, the movement also kind of fizzled out because it is not very much enthusiastically implemented now. Another one is the continued preference and meta preference for son, ma'am. So it is another factor. And ma'am, third one is we have MTP that is robustly implemented in Haryana and elsewhere in the country. But people, they go to the nearby states to get their sex selective determination and sex selective abortions for girls in nearby areas like nearby UP, some of the UP.
True, but my point is, why is this still happening? So would you agree with me that prejudices, biases, all these long-standing ideas are more contagious than COVID?
Ma'am, social norms, they are so deeply rooted and so prevalent since years, since thousands of years. So it can't go in a fortnight or 3 or 4 months. So it will take a long time. And legislation and mindset, they need to come and meet at some point to do good to society. So it will take time, but definitely we are improving, ma'am.
Oh, but you just mentioned that it has again decreased.
Yes, ma'am.
That's right. So I'm specifically at this point talking about Haryana, since you're from there. So yeah, changing mindsets is very hard.
Yes.
So do you see yourself as a role model or an agent of change?
Yes, ma'am, I would like to do that because I like the quote by Michelle Obama when she said, education, I am example of what education can do to a woman. So some basic health, education, these are some necessities that should be inculcated in our society, especially in girls, because they lack in it, to make them empower in future, to make decisions for themselves, to make them financially independent. And if a woman is independent, then it creates a ripple effect. It goes in the society, and a woman can change a mindset of her family at least. So it would gradually improve.
But there is a lot of social peer pressure, social norms, gender norms, right? Patriarchy. So as you said, it takes a long time to change, but hopefully we will not see this decreasing further.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Pragati, आपका okay, let me ask you this. Ayush, admittedly, because it came up during discussions, is a, how should I say, lots of systems it encompasses. Now, how would you defend 2 points in favor, 2 points against, them being given even the freedom to perform operations?
Sir, points in favor are because our society needs a lot of health care. lot of specialization surgeons, because they can help the population further. And second point in favor would be they are given the power to do even surgeries, because they are undergoing a bridge course, so they'll be taught there to perform it. And some points against it that a surgeon, it takes 10 years to become a surgeon, 5.5 years of MBBS, and then 3 years of masters, and then further specialization. So those 10-year training cannot be given under a bridge course for few months. So that is a negative point about it.
I would expect you, whenever you mention Ayush, whenever you have to defend Ayush vis-a-vis allopathy, always use the phrase that Ayush systems treat the patient, whereas allopathy sticks to treating the symptoms, if not the disease. Yes. Right? Yes. So it's a holistic thing. The second question would be, that would mean that whatever Sushruta treatises at the time of Sushruta, they are talking about rhinoplasty, right? So, and also fistula, certain limited kinds of operations. So should these surgeons who are undergoing the bridge course, the Ayush people who are given the bridge course and asked to should they be given a list of surgeries that this much you will perform, because they trouble a lot of people, right? So some population is taken care of, numbers are taken care of, leaving surgery to the real surgeons, allopathically trained surgeons?
Yes, sir, that can be a wonderful step to cater to the population need.
I usually give wonderful steps. So, your comments on it?
Sir, few surgeries, they are simple and masses need it more frequently. So they can be trained in those surgeries which are less time consuming and less specialization intensive.
What's happening today? Why is my wonderful idea not being implemented today? That's what I wanted to ask.
The lady member can ask this question.
Fantastic, very well done. All the best.
Okay.